Hello and welcome back. Last session we finished talking about the functional requirements for our trading bot, as you can see here. And this session we are going to see the project structure as it should be. Well, for one example, we can check the one that I have now in my trading bot. So let's clean this up. This here is my existing code for the trading bot, which according to logs, as you can see, is running pretty much every day. And this is the structure. Let's go over it on folder level first, and then we will check each folder and what scripts we are keeping on those. We start with config. It contains the configuration files, the JSON files. Next is the data, the analysis file CSV to process it and log the trades. Next are logs, as you saw already. This contains pretty much all the information of what was done during the session. Let's check one of them. This is for today. Today is Saturday. That's why the recording of it is pretty short. And here is for the trading day. You can see a lot of data in here. The whole, if we call this vertebrae of the operation, the folder Marcus contains our most crucial files. The tests folder is the one that you would want to keep your tests. For now I have test Schwab file, but I like to keep it separate on the root level. But later on, of course, you will need to add some tests to make sure that your code works perfectly. And this is virtual environment folder. With Python, if you are creating a project, you want to have virtual environment where you will store all of your project dependencies, installed packages. Then it goes main py file, the one that is having the on high level of operation what it should do. It has the Marcus auto file, which is much longer, and the configuration of the autonomous bot. This is the bat file, which is used in my Windows task scheduler to run every day at dedicated time, and it's basically like a few lines of code which displays on a bat level what it should do. Then the structure of the project, I created specifically for you to review this, and later on after this lesson is completed, you can see the structure as a file attached to video description. Okay, with that all being said, let's check which folder contains what. Config folder contains Marcus configuration JSON files. Data folder contains the CSV file for analysis and the recording of each trades done by Marcus. Logs, we saw it, and then the main folder. Let's pause here for a little and go over each file specifically. initpy, this is to make this recognizable Python package. Candidate PI, this is to elaborate stock candidates from the CSV file that we have here. Config py, this is our configuration manager. In our exercises when coding, I'll make sure that no specific personal API key information is displayed in here. So CSV parser, the tool that is parsing the same data file in order to understand the data structure and make the proper data analysis. Data cleaner PY, which cleans the data. It's rather a short one, and it is basically used to clean up the data format we received when parsing the CSV. Filters PY, this one is responsible for trading criteria and filtering. OAuth helper is our authentication helper manager. Position manager is the one that checks user holdings and existing positions, and if they are matching to our successful trade criteria to sell. Reporter PY, this nice tool is helping us to create a report for each and every day. Not sure if I can find the report in here right now, but however, I believe I've cleaned that up. Schwab client, this is the tool which is working with Schwab's API. And trade manager, well, the name says it all. Now, why this structure makes sense? We are separating concerns. Config PY here handles settings, credentials. Schwab here talks to Schwab endpoint. OAuth helper handles the authentication. Trade manager is responsible for transaction records. This whole thing, basically it's good specialist, each one specializes in one thing to do, but do it really well. Our development flow is the following. We will start with building config PY, the most important one, configuration. Then we will move to Schwab client PY, communication working with Schwab. Next we will do OAuth helper, the user-friendly authentication. Then we will go to CSV parser PY, how CSV is created. That's a whole another story. If you are aware of my Telegram channel, you know that the CSV file sample is placed there every day. So whenever we will have this exercise complete, you feel free to daily check the file in the Telegram channel and feed it to Marcus. We can work on how I am parsing, how I am creating the CSV file, the whole logic behind making decision what is good trade, what is bad trade for me, and you can make it perfect for you. Fine-tune the criteria, maybe change a little the approach, but still you will have workable version for Marcus. Next we will build, after CSV parser, we will build trade manager. It will handle transactions and the tracking. And Marcus Auto PY, well, this one ties everything together. So, with all this, our data flow architecture will be the following. Marcus Auto PY will start up, config PY will load settings and credentials. OAuth helper will be responsible for ensuring that we are connected to Schwab and successfully authenticated. CSV parser PY will be reading our analysis file. Filters PY will be applying the filtering. Schwab client here we'll check account balance and positions. Trading logic will be selected by candidate PY. The same Schwab client PY will place buy order or sell order. Trade manager PY will record the transaction, and our where was it? Position manager will check if our deal is close to being profitable, and then we'll give command to Schwab client PY to place sell order. Trade manager will record the transaction, and all this huge process will be repeated the very next day and logged successfully as in here. This was all for today. I'll make sure that you guys have this structure and also the daily trading cycle, so you will know what goes where and what comes when, to make sure that your bot creation process was successful. I hope you like it. Thank you for your time. See you at the next video. Bye bye.